Welcome back to Not Quite Nerdy, where we do the nerdy stuff so you don't have to do it yourself. Today we're talking about the Binbok controller. It is essentially a Joy-Con replacement, and what this puppy is capable of doing is also being almost like a Pro controller. So the coolest thing about this particular one is dual purpose. So, all right, number one, ease of use. Works just like a Joy-Con. A little awkward to be doing kind of this whole thing, but it works. So take your normal Joy-Con, pop this puppy off, give you guys a size comparison here. Pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic. And these pop right on just like Joy-Cons. So what is cool about these? Well, there's a pretty massive comfort difference, obviously. So pop these puppies off. Let me see you pop your puppies like this. Can't do it, don't stop, don't miss. All right, here we go. So that, my friends, is what it looks like. And you get a pretty dramatic change to the profile. It's so much better than Joy-Cons, dude. It's so much better than Joy-Cons. It basically turns this into more or less an Xbox controller. So very similar, very, very similar in build and shape and so on. Makes it a lot more like a normal controller. So there's really not much more to it. I would say if you can only afford the money to spend on one Switch OLED or regular Switch accessory up front, it probably would be this first, maybe even before a screen protector, but you can get a screen protector for like $7. I believe it's $39.99 on Amazon. Fantastic. The build quality is fine. I mean, for that price, I'm not expecting a $60 or $80 controller. Like, I'm not expecting it to be a PS5 controller for that price, but it's almost as comfortable. I would say it's more comfortable than, for me anyways, it's more comfortable than an Xbox controller. And the reason that is the Xbox controller is a little more narrow at the bottom, so my pinky is always like kind of squished like this. And so the nice thing about this is it gives you a big chunky grip, like a super chunky grip. And again, I can pop this off when I'm not playing it, and you can use them handheld, which is actually way better than the Joy-Con with the little button thing. So like you can legitimately game like this. But more importantly, we got this little doodad in the middle. Pop that into here, pop that into here, and now you have a Pro controller. Pro controller is super expensive. This is not. It's almost half the price, a little more than half the price of the Pro controller. And with that, what you're getting is decent build quality. It's good enough, super comfortable, very comfortable. I would even almost say this is more comfortable in my hands than, that's subjective, but more comfortable in my hands than the Pro controller. And I like that you can get it in this white to match the theme of the Switch OLED. So that's pretty much the run through of all the things that are, you know, cool about it. One of the other things that this puppy has is a remappable button on the back. So think of games where, you know, maybe it's awkward to hold down, you know, the A button or you know, something else. It's easier for you to keep your thumbs on the joystick, maybe not have to push buttons, to be able to click this puppy down here. Buttons are very clicky. You know, it's the same as your Joy-Con in the sense that these triggers are going to be just a normal analog up, down, on, off, essentially. So they're not like your Xbox controllers, PlayStations, the other controllers that are sensitive to how much you're pushing up and down. But that's just a Nintendo thing. That's not necessarily this controller. It does let you know what control it is, and you know, so you can see this one's controller 1. And this one's controller 2 with the blue lights. The super cool LED rings can actually be changed, so they go full RGB basic colors. No rainbow wave or anything like that. No unicorn puke. But I love it. I think it's the perfect accessory. The only cons I've noticed, it's really light, which is good when it's on there, but it feels cheap when it's in your hand after. Another con for it is that there's a little bit of latency. So there's some input lag when it's playing wirelessly in this configuration. So just be aware of that. It's not massive. I don't think it'll ruin gameplay, but you know, the Nintendo Switch isn't really a thing you're constantly playing competitively. But if you are playing a competitive game, especially online, something like Smash Bros or one of those where like absolutely that millisecond or two of input makes a difference, it is noticeable. So just keep that in mind. Maybe keep this for casual. This is also, I believe, $10 cheaper than the other controllers similar to it. And the nice part about these is they have batteries in them and they work externally. So check it out. See the link in the description. Super cool, super cool, super cool, man.
So super cool.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, click the bell, ding the ring, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.